Anyway, everybody, after the brief intermission to watch that fantastic clip from Nuge TV on the Twitter side of things, and on the Twitch side of things, of course, we blew this team up at the trade deadline, to say the absolute least. We have a million bajillion draft picks. Nuge, I will have to watch the full reaction. And Endo already added your clip to the soundboard. Tremendous. This is what our team looks like for the back half of the season. Our top line is Vilheleno Bilibeno, Steve Ott, and David Booth. Our second line is Raffi Torres, Tim Connolly, and Jay Beagle. Third line, Chris Thorburn, Joe Colborn, and Corey Tropp. And a fourth line of John Scott, Luke Adam, and Sean Sidlowski. If you're asking yourself who, you would be correct. Defensively, Keith Ballard and Tyler Myers, Braden McNabb and Marc-Andre Gragnani, Derek Meach and Mark Pissick. Our goaltenders are Connor Knapp and Nathan Lewin. We're not tanking, though. There is no tanking in Bossing Yi. Also, again, our GM reputation dropped down to 2 because this game hates me. Again, I fleeced the Vancouver Canucks, so the rest of the NHL said we're never trading with that guy again. You're going to win 10 games. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We beat the Los Angeles. Night 1. Night 1. We beat the Kings. I was going to put up a okay. Hold on. How many games do we have left this season? 1, 2, let's see, 5, 8, 12, 15, 18 games left. Over, under 5.5 wins out of 18 games. Over, under. Chat, you get the bet on this. You got a minute to do it. If the prediction didn't pop up, make sure to just refresh the stream really quickly. We won our first game post-deadline. We have 18 games left. Do we win over or under 5.5? Oh, you can't win 5.5. It's a betting line. Don't be stupid. I'm preemptively telling someone not to be stupid in a situation where no one's been stupid. That shows what I think of chat. God, New Jack Club is amazing. That was... Like, you've set a new bar for jinxing. I thought I was there. Shout out to Jonah for the follow. Jonah, welcome in. Welcome in. You must have 20 Ryan Reeves. We have something better than Ryan Reeves. We have John Scott. We have John Scott, noted all-star. It's amazing. All right, the predictions are in. Let's sim the rest of this season. And Raffi Torres and Steve Ott. So again, the Kings game does not count. Oilers. We lost. Thank God. I'm hoping we finish with less than 30 wins. Ottawa. 5-0 loss. Here we go. The tank is back on. Imagine losing to Connor Knapp. We beat the Maple Leafs. That's one. Oh, God. We lost to the Habs. If the Leafs had Ryan Reeves, they would have won. New Jersey. Win number 2 against the Devils. Son of a bitch. No. How are we winning games? We lose to the Islanders, thank God. Vilheleno is now the leading scorer of this team. 2 wins. We lose to Columbus. We're playing the Devils again. We're going to hold up the L for loser. Yes, we lost to the Devils. Good. All right. Back-to-back, Pittsburgh and the New York Rangers. We lose to Pittsburgh. We lose to the Rangers. We're terrible. Let's go. Let's go. If the Sabres could tank like this in real life, and they tried for McDavid, then damn it, I can do it in the video game. Carolina. Still just 2 wins. Just 2. Can I send Billy Lano down to the AHL? But no, I get free merch. I get free Billy Lano merch, you know? The under is looking pretty strong right now. It's looking pretty good. Detroit. Win number 3 and a 1-0 shutout for Connor Knapp. Florida is a loss. We have to win all 3 to hit the over. It's the last week of the season. We have to win all 3. There's no way. There's no way. We have 3 wins. We lose to Florida. Congrats to those that bet the under. 73% of the points were on the under. And they were correct. The over would have been hilarious. The fact that Connor Knapp has 4 wins is insane, given how bad this team is. And there it is. 28, 49, and 5. We have a million bajillion draft picks. No! I only got to use 2 phones for a season. Welcome back to one phone life, everybody. Get used to it. Son of a bitch. Just constantly losing my goddamn phone. I'm sorry, Dad. Fuck. Let's take a look at the end of season numbers. We'll go to the GM tracker. I now have -2 reputation. Almost able to get that extra amateur scout upgrade. But let's take a look at our final numbers for the season. Oh, Nugent was great. NHL 13, we went to 2023 with the Panthers and still had a BlackBerry. They call me Lou Lamorello. Although, in fairness, he has a fucking rotary phone still, I'm sure. Is there a picture on the internet of Lou Lamorello using a cell phone? I wouldn't believe it even if there was. I'd swear it was photoshopped. With that, our leading scorer, Steve Ott, with 38 points. David Booth, Billy Lano, Chris Thorpe. Leading goal scorer was David Booth. Most of them were scored before he got here. For our defenders, the point leader, it's a bit of a shame they like recentered how this works. Let me reorganize. Actually, here, I can just do this. Let me just move over. There we go. Yeah, Tyler Myers on 35 points. Nobody else was all that strong, obviously. And in goal, 16 games for Connor Knapp with a .312 goals against average and an .898. Nathan Lewin at a .905. Not bad. Not bad. Tyler Myers wasting his career. So unrealistic. We had chances to trade him, too, and I said no way. So in the NHL, your leading point getter with 89 points, Steven Stamkos. 81 for Gaborik. Taves, again, anything over a point per game was insane for the era. And Phil Kessel rounds out the top 5. You also had Hossa, Ovechkin, John Tavares, Patrick Kane, Henrik Zetterberg, Pavel Datsyuk. Your leading goal scorer, tied with 39, Jordan Eberle, Jeff Skinner. Then you had Ovi on 38, Steven Stamkos, and Jason Spezza. You also had the additions of Jeff Carter, Thomas Vanek, who had a very good season, which is why we had to trade him, and Zach Parise. For your defenders, the leading point getter, Dustin Byfuglien. Zdeno Chara, the only other guy to break 50 points. Fedor Tutin finished 3rd. Kevin Shattenkirk, James Wisniewski. Special shout-outs to Shea Weber. Fuck this guy. And then there's Jared Spurgeon. He plays baseball. Goal scoring king was Dustin Byfuglien as well. Shout out to Joni Pitkinen, who was up there. For the goalies, lowest goals against average, Jonas Enroth had the highest. The lowest, Mike Smith. Although Cam Ward is also very much in contention because of games played. Highest save percentage was Mike Smith with a 940. Ward had a 936. Then you had Hank, Martin Brodeur, and Carey Price, #1 goaler. And shout out to Ben Scrivezna. The shutout leader with 11 was Cam Ward as well, which is insane. And from the looks of it, no goalie goals, couple of goalie points, including 3 for Jonathan Quick. In the rookie race, your leading point scorer with 31, both Brandon Peary and Alex Chason. You also had Sven Berchke with 30, and it drops off a bit from there. Colton Sevier and Colby Roback. You also had Patrick Maroon up there. Rookie goalies, Ben Bishop, Jacob Markstrom, Braden Holtby, Anton Hadobin, Robin Leonard, Ben Scrivens. There were a lot of rookie goalies to play a significant amount of games, so the Calder could very well go to a rookie. But the big question is, who led the league in PIMS? Adam McQuaid. I love Adam McQuaid. Kyle Clifford was up there, Brandon Prust, Patrick Coletta, Fraser McLaren, and Biz. And again, I don't think you could look, you couldn't look at fights in this era. So there you go. Let's take a look at the standings as well. So the Pacific Division saw Los Angeles, San Jose, Phoenix, and Edmonton make the playoffs. The Central sees Winnipeg, St. Louis, Minnesota, and Nashville. Again, we traded that Nashville pick as well. The Atlantic Division has Montreal, Ottawa, and Boston. Of course, we finished with 61 points in the Metro with the Rangers, Hurricanes, Flyers, Devils, and Islanders. So we were easily, with 61 points, the worst team in the league, behind Colorado's 73, Calgary's 76. This is going to be a bonkers draft. The Rochester Americans won 38 games. They might push for a playoff spot. We will see. But yeah, in terms of a season 1 tank, that just set the standard for us. I mean, we had some good season 1 destructions in some of the older games that we've played in the past couple weeks now, but yeah, that set the tone, hopefully, for the rest of the series. And again, we still haven't looked at the full draft, the projected players. I'm excited for that. Continue to let the scout do what the scout's going to do. Our AHL team did make the playoffs. I'm not too worried about following along with the Amherst unless they make it pretty far in. They do have former Portland Pirate Mark Mancari on the team. So, always excited about him having a chance to win some hardware. Hopefully he does. Nuge, have you put that clip on Twitter, by the way? You haven't. You need to. Make sure to use the hashtag NHL24. Oh, God. That was an all-timer. Probably will tomorrow. Fair enough. Fair enough. And a more normal hour, that's also fair, too. I understand. All right. Scout still taking looks. Looks like the Amherst have been eliminated. So we will see who wins the Stanley Cup in Season 1, a.k.a. 2013-2014. Obviously, in real life, it was the Los Angeles Kings. But we are going to put the good luck hat on. We need it. We need it. We need it. This will bring us the lottery luck. I'm calling it. Need to be up in 3 hours for work, but I'm invested. Yeah, I was going to say, if I wanted to be mean, I could cliffhanger the drafts. The problem is, I don't want to be mean to myself. I'll be mean to you guys and cliffhanger the draft. But I want to go through this draft. So, yeah, if it wasn't for my own interests. So it looks like Carolina and Minnesota are in the Stanley Cup final. Carolina and Minnesota, huh? Fair enough. God, the message center and everything. This really was the culmination of an era, though. I'll give them that. I'm excited to see the gameplay. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup in 2014. as it looks like we'll have a Calder Cup winner here in a minute. Looks like it'll be the Milwaukee Admirals, and it's going to be. Didn't the Canes win in Season 1 last game? Probably. I'm trying to put NHL 13 out of my mind. The Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup, as I just saw Jacob Markstrom won the Calder. Let's take a look at the journey to get there, though. As the Hurricanes went through Philadelphia in a sweep, the Rangers in 7, the Habs in 7. The Habs made the conference final. Beat Boston along the way, too. Milan Lucic probably threatened to kill Dale Weiss. And then, yeah, Game 7. Carolina beats Minnesota for their second Stanley Cup. Don't forget about the broken goalie in the draft. The broken goalie, you say. The broken goal. What's I forget what the broken goalie is. Carolina, by the way, we know they were led by Cam Ward in goal. Alex Semin. The jersey's on the wall. No, it's not. Where's the jersey? The jersey was on the wall. Where's my Caps jersey? Is it on the wall? Am I blind? No, it's not one of the red ones on the wall. Where's my Caps jersey? I have the Alex Semin Caps jersey. I don't know where it is. Play the bongos, though. Shout out to Alex Semin. Unbelievable. All right, here we go, everybody. This is what we've been waiting for. The draft lottery coming up. The 2014 drafts. We have a million bajillion picks. I forgot to look at awards. You're right. Let me go do that. Well, Steven Stamkos won the Art Ross. This we know. Tyler Fuhrer. What's broken about Tyler Fuhrer? He's goated. Is that just a friend of yours, though? Let's see. The Art Ross did go to Stammer. He also won the Hart Trophy. We know the Calder went to Markstrom. It's a Panther 2 years in a row. Conn Smythe went to Cam Ward, as well as the Vezina. Fortunately, Endo doesn't have friends. Fair enough. They didn't award the Norris. I know, right? It's nuts. Selke to Pavel Datsyuk. Ted Lindsay to Cam Ward. Jesus Christ. And the Rocket Richard to Jeff Skinner and Jordan Eberle. The AHL added in awards. Okay, I didn't realize they did it that early. The Milwaukee Admirals won the Calder Cup. Let's see. Division award winners. So the Sullenberger Trophy for leading point scorer in the AHL, Tyler Toffoli. The league's MVP, Tyler Toffoli. The Willie Marshall Award for most goals scored, Riley Smith. The top rookie, Riley Smith. The best defenseman, Mark Barberio. Your top goaltender, Martin Jones. And the MVP of the playoffs, goaltender, future Bruin, Jeremy Smith. And then the excess awards that are just randomly generated. So there you go. With that, we go to the draft. Who will our scouts name as the top 5? Charles-Éric Lagarre, Riley Sheen, Alexis Pepin, Jake Virtanen. Well, I'm not taking Jake Virtanen. I'll promise you that much. Come on. Lottery luck. Lottery luck, baby. We get to play our retirements first. That's fair. Sheldon Surrey, Sako Koivu, Sean Thornton. AJ, thank you for listening to the podcast, as always. Hal Gill's gone. Martin St. Louis. Yager retired. Shane Doan, Pronger. Matt Cook, good riddance. Come on, lottery. 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 Trade block is still accurate as I set it up. In terms of wants and surplus, we want to put Keith Ballard, David Booth. Who else? Billy Bano. Okay. Find it funny how you said the atmosphere at the EFCO game was great, as our fans aren't really the most entertaining. I mean, AKIP, they might not be the most lively in Liga. I can't speak to that. But compared to some of the games I've been to in North America, I was impressed, man. I felt like it's like, oh, okay, cool. It's kind of what I expected it to be. You know, people weren't sitting on their hands. The one story I didn't tell from the podcast, I did tell it back in February when I got home, but I didn't say it on the most recent podcast, is going to a Liga game is so fun because at intermission, everyone just funnels out. It's not like pockets of people that are still sitting. Everyone just leaves. And then the horn sounds. All right, second period's about ready to begin. And everyone just runs back. It was very funny to watch. Come on. Apparently Alex Nedeljkovic was a goalie for the top prospects. Lottery luck, please. Please. Okay. The Calgary Flames win the lottery. We have the 2nd overall pick, the 5th, the 10th, and then 20, 23, 27, 28, 29. We ended up with the 2nd overall pick. Fuck. And I don't know what the board looks like and who we might miss out on. Fuck, that's right. We only have one phone. Philadelphia's calling. I want that 1st overall pick. However, Ville Leno and the 38th overall pick to move up to pick number 22, and we get a 5th rounder. I really wanted to try to trade up to pick number 1, but it makes sense. 3 years left on his deal, because I think that's still counting this year at 4.5. I got to do it. It's the same thing as the Ehrhoff trade and sacrificing Cody Hodgson. Ville Leno and a 2nd to Philadelphia for the 22nd overall pick and pick number 142. That is our only trade. And a generated dude, I believe, named Eskalainen goes 1st overall to Calgary. So for the first time, let's take a look at the draft board. We didn't look all season long. In the top 5, Matthew Mistelli. This was the game where he was great. Roland McCown, Nick Ritchie, and Alexi Pepe. Outside of that, piece of shit, Peter Traynor, Raphael Mahou, and Tyson Bailey, who apparently is goated. Let's go position by position here and see who's out there. I want to start off with goalies. So, Louis-Philippe Guindon, Alex Nedeljkovic, also projected top 10, and Eetu Lourikainen. Other goalies, Mac Engel, Luke Siemens, David Layton. Do we have any more super familiar goalies? Ken Appleby, Jake Patterson. It's not the best draft for goalies. At least that we know of. We're looking for familiar names just to have fun. Boy, this wasn't a great draft year for goalies according to this game, huh? There are a lot of goalies, including Taran Kozun. But like in terms of modern day name value, there's Tyler Fuhrer. That Endo's obsessed about me taking. Mason McDonald didn't really pan out. What's the upset? What am I missing about Tyler Fuhrer? What am I missing? Seriously, I feel like I'm missing something. I know you probably explained it in chat, but I missed it. I don't understand. What am I missing? What is the meme? What is the meme? Shout out to Brandon Hope. Dude, in terms of name value, Jesus Christ. I mean, no disrespect to Michael Gugavaz. NHL 14 franchise better than 23-24. Yes. He was an 80 overall in my sim at 20 years old. Really? Interesting. Maybe we will take him then. Dude, the name value for goalies is non-existent in this draft. Shout out to Storm Fanuff. I can't believe how few notable goalies there are. What the hell? Like, don't get me wrong. There are names that I recognize. But like I said, for modern day name value, there's nobody. Like, none of these guys became NHL staples. Couple of them are still in, like, the AHL to this day. But, My God, this is terrible. There's not even like that one name where I'm like, oh, it's this guy, Marvin Cupper. Like, that's no. Wow, so literally, I guess it'll be the glitch goalie that I take. Did I miss Dave Riddick? We did go past the lottery wheels. Yeah, we have the second overall pick. But we acquired another first-round pick for Billy Leno. Patrick Klein was my hut back. He should have been the starter. Nude, you could have used him tonight. So obviously there's 3 goalies in the top 10. Alex Nedeljkovic is the one I'd look at. Again, we have pick, 8 and 10 after this? And we'll be making all the picks because our trades are already gone. So defensemen, there's Roland McCown, Rafael Mahu, Aaron Ekblad. Looking not amazing, but at least as a first rounder this year. Who else do we have for familiar names? You know what? I actually want to mark down a couple of these names. So we'll write down glitchy goalies. Defensemen, there's Roland McCown, there's Aaron Ekblad. I mean, apparently Colton Bobick is pretty good. But again, I like drafting... What do the colors mean for the Stars? So that would be exact, I believe. Gold is medium. Red is low, and green is high, if you were to load up modern-day franchise. So yeah, red, this guy would be... Let's see, what's a good example? So if you're 4-star green as a forward, you're high AHL, or high top 6, not high AHL top 6. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this. As you would expect, red... Oh, God, he's probably shit. Gold, pretty good. Ideally, you want to see green. It's more locked in. I'm like, all right, that guy's probably going to be good. What else do we have for defense? Aaron Hayden. I do remember him being good. Yeah, I'm not drafting you, fuckface. Any other familiar names? Griffin? Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. We're going to Elite Prospects. What is Griffin Mumby up to? That's the real question. I need to know what Griffin Mumby is doing. All right. He retired after 2016. Played for the Regina Pats. Went to the AJHL, and that was about it. Is he on LinkedIn or anything? Oh, shout out to Nuge Television on Twitter. I looked up to see if you had posted it. Griffin Mumby. Can I stalk you anywhere? Okay, I'm not going to stalk him on Facebook. Well, shit. What are you going to do? Well, if he went into medicine, he's cited there in concussion susceptibility. The man might be a goddamn doctor. If that's the same Griffin Mumby, the man might be a fucking doctor. All right. The Forgotten Subban. Marcelius Subban. Good for him, maybe, right? All right. Well, Marcelius Subban's ending up on the list. Kirill Vorobev, Trevor Murphy, Warren Steele, Dalton Young, Josh Thor. Again, right now we're only looking at name value to see who was around and how good they were rated. Our scouts were also terrible this year. So, Bryson Martin. Who else do we have for super name value with the power of hindsight? Nevin. Poor name is Nevin. Jacob Middleton. Not much for name value. I mean, he's an NHLer to this day. He's off to a rough start with Minnesota. Who else do we got? Anybody in the projected to be undrafteds? My boy, Grant Weberman. He's going on the list. He's going on the list. Dude, if you could have a dream guest for the podcast, who would it be? Like Patrice Bergeron? No, Grant Weberman. I want to talk to Grant Weberman. That's what I want to do. You think I'm being sarcastic. Matt Klutzum. That is an unfortunate name. Klutzum. Dude, okay, so the name value, there's a long way to go in terms of this list, by the way. The name value in this draft is not looking good. What the fuck? Jimmy Oligny. Dude, the name value for this draft. Is this even worth scrolling down to the undrafteds anymore? I mean, we do it every year. But man, there is just nobody. No disrespect to these boys, but sheesh. Like, we're halfway down and the familiar names have all but disappeared. Holy hell. Lucas Pozgay. Anybody? Artyom Sergeyev. Anthony Blue. Dude, there's nobody. Oh my God. When Ashton Sontner is one of the more notable names. Dyson Mayo. When Dyson Mayo is one of the more notable names. Oh my God. That shows you the situation that we're in. Mayo has the wrong-handedness. Now, here's the thing. I do sympathize with them in that the way they go about it, they get the information from the team and import it, and teams get shit wrong, like legitimately. At the same time, I fault their system for not just being like, fuck, well, let's double check. Not having a dedicated person who would double check that shit before launch to avoid the embarrassment that EA suffers every single fucking year. Hey, look, Hayden Fleury. What else do we got? Yeah, there's not much, there's not much here. No disrespect. Well, Psychot, I wouldn't say we got out from NHL 13. I'd say we ran the fuck away from it. As fast as we possibly could. Brett Lernout. Habs legend. Justin Hamonic. Dude, yeah, seriously, there are very... Wes Van Nieuwenhuizen. That's the best shot I can give it. Shout out to the Dutch. There's Joe Hicketts. Yeah, again, the name quality. Mikko Lehtinen. And then generated dudes. All right, so there's not much there defensively, that's for sure. On the right wing, Joshua Hosang. And I'm gonna draft him, and I'm gonna give him the number 66. Because Malta Stromwall, once upon a time, we thought he'd be good. It didn't happen. Sonny, Brady Passart. That's Sergei Tolchinsky, someone who looked like he was going to develop and very much did not. Holmberg, Christian Stockel, Dylan Willick, Hayden Hodgson, future flyer.
Fanboy.
Legend Tolchinsky, right? Shout out to you, Dang, for the follow. Welcome in. Richard Mraz. Serenade me, Richard. Serenade me. Jaden Lindo. All right. Well, we're in the undrafted territory. There's Barclay Goodrow at 21 years old, which means he is going to be absolutely abysmal. Shout out to Craig Hatot and Brooke Hiddink. Nikolai Goldobin. Man, going with the familiar names might not be the way to go this time. I gotta be honest. Because the familiar names that are left, Nikita Zhevpalovs, I mean, this is pretty rough. What else do we got for familiar names here? Screw it, we've made it this far. Let's keep it going. Goodness. Did I miss a Benoit? Endo spamming Benoit. It's Samuel Benoit. There was actually a C Benoit. Spencer Smallman. Yep, we have reached the point where name value is Dawson Lidl, former Maine Mariner. Lawson Lidl. Did I miss Brad Malone? No disrespect to Brad Malone, but I mean, I'm not going to apologize for missing Brad Malone. Nuge, my biggest claim to fame is I got that chant going. I went to the first ever I think it was the first ever Maine Mariners game. He scored, and I just started yelling. I have two of my groomsmen can confirm this story. I stood up and started yelling, Lidl, 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 and other people joined in. Wasn't the whole stadium or arena. It's not quite a stadium in Maine. Swear, left hand to God, right hand, grandfather's grave. That happened. And can you believe it? The Mariners haven't wanted to work with me in any way or anything like that. Their loss, am I right? Think of the fun we could have had. I still support them, though. All right, let's see. Left wings. Left wings. Matt Mostella. Nick Ritchie. And then, of course, you have Alexis Pepin. Top 10, Peter Traynor. There's Josh Winquist. Brett Gustafson. Leon Draisaitl. Second to third round projection for Baby Dry. Greg Betzold. That guy sucks. Matt Rupert. Zane Jones. Michael Schumacher. Still in the game. Justice Dundas. That'll be what Endo will be yelling at Dundas Square. Justice. When the Leafs finally win. All right, we get to the undrafted names. Honestly, I will look through the undrafted names later on for left and centers. Shout out to Scott Sabarin. Let's look at the centers who are projected to be drafted. Tyson Bailey, Sam Reinhart, who couldn't do a goddamn thing for me in Florida. Holy crap. There's also Zach Hall, Jace Howerluck, Savoy, Curtis Volk, Mark McCoy, Parker Bowles, Rasmus Kumala, Roberts Lipsbergs, Connor Rankin, Deschanel. Yeah, this draft falls off fast, man. Jared McCann. No picture for him, but Jared McCann's there. Fair enough. Clark Bishop. He spent some time in the NHL. Chase DeLeo, JSDA, Dane Fox. 6th rounder, Michael Dow Cole. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? All right, so this is the 2nd overall pick. We had 3 goalies that were projected top 10. So we'll look for them with a later pick. We are going to take one of the 3 top 5. And Chad, it doesn't matter to me who it is, so I will let you guys pick who we take. Will it be Matt Mostella, who was amazing at the time, Roland McCown, Nick Ritchie, or Alexis Pepin? Who are we taking with the 2nd overall pick? Who's it going to be? Will it be Matt Mostella, Roland McCown, Nick Ritchie, or Alexis Pepin? The Pepin. What will it be? Alex Forsberg, former 1st overall WHL pick, the only one in 15 years not playing the AHL. Oof. Right now, Nick Ritchie's leading the vote. Again, if the poll didn't pop up, refresh the stream really quickly. It'll show up in chat. It's a close race between Ritchie, Mostella, Roland McCown. Shout out to the one person who voted for Roland McCown. We have a tie between Mostella and Ritchie. Pepe trying to close the gap. Mostella takes the lead. Pepe trying to catch Ritchie. Who's it gonna be? Congratulations to the 2nd overall pick, Nick Ritchie. Chat has decided as Mostella and Pepe. Oh, that's the worst case scenario. I don't want to take Roland McCown. Son of a bitch. That was the worst case scenario. Hold on, what was our next pick after this? Pick number 10. So one of those goalies should still be there, right? One of those goalies should still be there. I do agree, though, we could kind of cheat and go for Tyson Bailey on this one and then hope a goalie's still there. Because according to this game, Tyson Bailey's insane. There's also Ekblad. I did take Ekblad and Reinhart in our NHL 13 run, although Ekblad didn't develop. So I'm leaning towards Bailey or Hosang. I'm leaning towards Bailey or Hosang. I mean, Tyson Bailey is a nice little, hey, what could have been. Or we get forced to pick up Virtanen. I'm not taking Jake Virtanen. Squeendon, Nedeljkovic. I mean, apparently there's goalies later on, right? They're not the top 10, but there's Fuhrer or whatever. I get that Bailey looks amazing, but my temptation to draft Josh Hosang, though. Let's take Tyson Bailey and hope that Hosang is still there at 10. As the Ducks land Roland McCown. Nedeljkovic is off the board. We will also land Josh Hosang. Again, we used Reinhart before, and Ekblad I kind of technically used, but he didn't develop. It is what it is. We're taking Josh Hosang with the pick, and I am putting him in Lemieux's number. Virtanen goes to Pittsburgh. We have so many picks still to go to. Ekblad goes 17th to Ottawa, and we're on the board at pick number 20. Colton Bobek, who apparently is pretty good. There's not too many fun names now. Early second round, do we have any super fun names? Not really. Second to third round was D'Angelo's. Okay, we can get Draisaitl a little bit later on. Was one of the goalies still available? I doubt it. No. I'm not taking D'Angelo. No fucking way. Let's take defenseman Colton Bobek. Another goalie off the board. Who else can we take here? Might as well take Josh Winquist. His potential that's showing up is half decent. Let's take Josh Winquist. We got another pick, and again, I can't trade them away at this point. I have to make them. At this point, we can start going off the board a little bit. We could take Mark McCoy or someone like Zach Hall. We could take someone who's supposed to go now, or we take Leon Draisaitl. Who else did we have that was projected to be drafted? Mumby. So Draisaitl, Subban. I mean, I'm going to have to take people off the board anyway. Then you start talking about the goalies that happen to be in the mix. So Draisaitl, Subban, and then the goalies. I mean, we have 4 picks left in this round. Let's just take who we want now. Fuck it. Well, actually, I can't see how many picks we have left. I mean, Jace Howerluck's 18 years old. I probably should at least take a guy who's projected to go in the first round. Screw it. Let's have fun. Leon Draisaitl. Smith off the board. Hall's off the board. Filewich. I was actually going to take Jace Howerluck before. We will take him now. So I got 2 more picks. I want to make sure we end up with certain people. So after Draisaitl, it was Marcelius Subban. Marcelius, perhaps. We'll take him a bit early. And then just to make sure, because I don't know, are they actually opening up Pro Rel for League again? Well, that's good, actually. They needed it. When was that goalie projected to go? The goalie I was told about, 4th to 5th round. And then there was another one that was supposed to be good, wasn't there? Was it just Fuhrer, or was there another goalie? Taron Kozin in there. So 4th to 5th round for that guy. We can wait. Do we have anyone who's not 21 years old? Doesn't look like it. We'll take Mark McCoy. Why not? Why not? Yeah, no picks in the second round. That's what I was afraid of. But again, we're okay. We already dealt Ville Leno. Winnipeg is calling Keith Ballard and Daniel Catenacci for a second and a third next year. Thank you very much, Winnipeg. See you later, Keith Ballard. We have even more picks for next year. We'll quick sim this round. Oh, shit. I also don't have any picks in the third round. St. Louis is calling David Booth for a second and a fifth next year. See you later, Mr. Booth. I have to take that trade. Hopefully I have a pick in the fourth round. I do not have a pick in the fourth round. We'll go talk to Minnesota. The Rangers are calling I get that apparently that goalie's good, but Jesus Christ, man, it's Raffi Torres for a second. If I'm being memed about this goalie, I'm going to fly to Toronto, and they will have to fucking use the jaws of life to remove my foot from Endo's ass. Minnesota, fourth round pick. I only have one shot at this, by the way. I only have one shot at this. Shout out to Leon Draisaitl, who's apparently a bust. Give them Raffi Torres. At least Richie and Bailey look pretty good. And Hosang, for that matter. There's no way they're actually going to want Tim Connolly. I'll give you this Jacobs dude you want. Never mind. No, I won't. Fuck. I give up a fourth rounder next year. And then 2 sevenths. Okay, there we go. Let's take this damn goalie. Swear to God, Endo. If I miss out on Griffin Mumby because of you, let's take Tyler Fuhr. Let's do it. Got your wish, Endo. We have 4 picks in round 5 to almost round out our draft. New Jersey's calling. Well, I like Mark Pysyk, but he's not worth passing up on a first-round pick from the Devils for. Pysyk and Torres go to New Jersey. Raffi Torres, the most valuable player in the league. From here, we just need to find name value at this stage. I had my list from earlier. Are there any dudes left? We had the glitchy goalies, but we already got our goalie. There wasn't another goalie that stood out. I mean, like Clint Windsor's there and Brandon Hope, but whatever. Defensively, Weberman, Mayo, Fleury, I think they were all off the board, weren't they? Looks like it. Okay. Right wing. Tolchinsky. We'd be looking for Goodrow or Goldobin. And they were also projected to be undrafted. Left wing wise, we didn't look, and then centers we didn't look. All right. So left wing, players projected to be undrafted, since we didn't look through this full list before. Are there any familiar names that would be fun to draft, even if we know they're probably shit? There's Scott Sabourin. Anybody else? Dominic Cahoon? Did I just pass Dow Cole, or are you just saying Dow Cole? Because he is still in the draft. Is he on that right wing side? I don't remember where the hell Dow Cole was. He might have honestly been drafted already, because we did see him when we looked through. The 6th rounder? He must be at center then. Right? I think he was at center. So, Brendan Perlini as a left wing. Matt Bissonnette. Raphael LaFontaine. It's a LaFontaine and Weberman pick again. Boko Amama. We got Boko Amama in the mix. Pierre-Olivier Grandmasson. What else do we got? Deverick Otereus. Although it might be Otterize. He might be native. For lack of a better term. I can't think of the term right now. Indigenous. There we go. You leave them undrafted, there's a good chance they'll have better potentials in next year's draft. Yeah, but that's not fun. I want them now. Damn it. Ivan Barbashev. Ross Johnston. Who needs a face puncher? Look, Liam O'Brien. Who needs another face puncher? Let's see. Who else do we got? Vinny Arsenault. Anybody? Dude, there's still a lot of left wings to sort through here. Garrett Huey. Shout out to Garrett Huey. John Quinville. Devils legend John Quinville. Yeah, I want it now. Do. And then I'm going to disappear and die. That's what happened to that girl, right? Boston Lear. Spencer Watson. Hey, there's Sam Bennett. Okay. I was wondering where Sam Bennett was. We found him. Way down the list. Anybody else? Anybody else? It'll be a long YouTube video. Shout out to Cody Alcock. Adam Haluka. I swear to God, I thought his name was going to be Dale. I was so happy. And then I was so disappointed. Taylor Crunk. ECHL legend Kasperi Kapanen. 17-year-old Kasperi Kapanen. Nathan Walker. Nick Ehlers. There are guys we probably should leave in the draft. Ryan Horvat. And then all the generated dudes except for Derek Froats. And then at center, Chase DeLeo was there. Dow Cole is there at center. What do we got in the undrafted category? Terry Trafford, RIP. Nick Latta. Anybody else? We got any more names to compete here? Jake Evans, but not that one. Larry Gleed. That was a fun name. Bronson Beaton. What a fucking name. Oh, God. Gonna rock Reginbald again. What else do we got? Who else do we got? Any other big names magically hiding down here? Mike Amadio. Kind of considered... Dow Cole was considered the safe pick, and it was a massive bust. Yeah. Shout out to Freddie Goodrow. Drafted him last year. Mike Cramarosa. I mean, we could definitely leave these guys to hopefully develop. Nicholas Obey-Kubel. Philippe Mallet. But where's the fun in that? Brandon Baddock. There's still so many people. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How many people? How many people? Reed Duke. Vegas Golden Knights legend. Reed Duke. And hey, they won a Stanley Cup. Slater Doggett. That's amazing. Braden Point. Incredible. It was worth it. Scroll down to find Braden Point, who does, in fact, look quite high in that picture. Connor Bleakley. Another pretty big draft bust. Former Maine Mariner. Dryden Hunt. Adam Brooks, Leafs legend. Well, now I'm wondering if I should leave these guys undrafted, but where's the fun in that? Who wants to wait a year? I mean, Colby Cave is there. I have to take Colby Cave. Robbie Fabry. Jesus. So many players. Anybody else? If I knew he was in, I would have taken him second overall. Shout out to Beaverson. And all generated dudes, except at the very bottom again. All right, cool. Well, there are still quite a few names I would consider drafting at this stage. But if I mark down the ones that I'm most interested in, that guy does have a big fucking chin. He really does. He really does. Our next pick, no doubt in my mind, we are going with Colby Cave. We actually have back-to-back picks. After that, we will go back to centers. And he might not be in warm-up, but he is making his way to Buffalo. Braden Point. Just like anyone we were considering went. Next up. I gotta take my boys. I gotta do it. I don't care. I've done it in every single draft that they've been available. I don't care if they don't have good ratings. I'm taking them. Couldn't care less. First and foremost, Rafael LaFontaine. And then after that, you know him, you love him. He and I were born on the exact same day. Grant Weberman. It's gotta be. Round 6, we have the first pick of the round. No other trades. It looks like our business is done for the day. So our final option, feels like to me it should be Nick Ehlers or Michael Dow Cole. Let's go for Dow Cole since he was at least projected to be drafted. If I have a 7th round pick, and I don't think I do, we could go for Ehlers. I think we're done in this particular draft. Some good business overall. As we take a look here at the end of the drafts, you had Jacob Middleton to Ottawa. Really the only super familiar name there. Round 6. I mean, some familiar names, but again, nobody with crazy name value. Like Hayden Hodgson went to LA. GSDA to the Islanders. Round 5. Nothing too crazy that we missed out on. Round number 4, we took Tyler Fuhr. Draft is over, Hulk. We did not have any picks left. Mumby went to Calgary. Damn it. Jared McCann goes to Columbus. Round number 3, we didn't have a single pick. Let's see. Too crazy again. Round number 2. Again, there's really no one where it's like, oh, we missed that guy. Tony DeAngelo went to New Jersey. So did Malta Stromwall. And that was round number 1 with our million bajillion picks. To say the absolute least. That was ridiculous.